Hi guys, I'm in my rumpus room here, and I'm very excited to show you my model of Giza. Now, if we just turn around slowly, we're going to look over here, and we're going to see three pyramids. Now, I've been working on this a long time. In this video, I'm just going to explain what it is. It's a model of Giza, the Giza Plateau. The plateau it's basically Giza is the Great Pyramid of Khufu here. It's built on the edge of a cliff. This is the cliff. It's about 50 feet tall. Let me explain everything. There is a lot here. There is a lot going on here. I'm going to explain some of my theories later on, but first I'll explain, in this video, I'm going to explain some things you may not know about Giza. Now, I've tried to be accurate here, but it's impossible to be absolutely perfect with everything, obviously. I've made these pyramids out of cardboard, and there is yellow sand all around. If we look over here, this is the biggest pyramid here in the foreground, the Pyramid of Khufu. And it's quite remarkable. You know what? I'm going to point with something. I'm going to point with the end of this brush. That's the Great Pyramid of Khufu here. It's the biggest pyramid, but it's actually this one here is slightly taller, the Pyramid of Khafre. Now, then we have the Pyramid of Menkaura. Over here, this plastic bag. That's supposed to be the Nile. Over here we have the Sphinx. This is a pool ornament. Now, there's a new theory by Robert Temple saying that the Sphinx used to be in a lake of its own, accounting for the erosion. Some people have disputed this. It sounds okay to me, about who really knows. It's in a pit. That's the problem. It's in a pit, and the pit often gets filled in with sand. So for much of its history, mostly just the head has been sticking out. Over here on the other side of the river, we have Heliopolis, symbolized by a pyramid and a Buddha. Now, actually, one of the things I mentioned in my book, which is rather interesting, Buddha, Pitta. There is an Egyptian god. The god of this time, the time of the Old Kingdom, was in fact Pitta, or Ptah. And if you just look at those letters are in fact the same consonants as Buddha. So if you ignore the vowels, it's basically the same god. So I'm suggesting this is an ancient fire god. Even in the Buddhist religion, Gautama Buddha is not the first Buddha, but there were incarnations of Buddha before him. Buddha is sort of an ancient fire god. In the Sri Lankan names of planets, Buddha is actually one of the planets. Anyway, one of the fiery planets, inner planets. Now, let us look at the plateau. All around are mastabas, symbolized by these sugar cubes, which I've coated with sand. Over here are the three Queens pyramids attached to the Khufu pyramid. Next to them are mastabas, one of the royal cemeteries. This is the eastern cemetery. On the other side is the western cemetery. That is north. North is, the pyramids are aligned perfectly, north, south, east, west. There was supposedly a lake on the Giza Plateau. Ancient records tell of this, ancient travelers' tales. Apparently this lake turned red at certain seasons, similar to what's going on in the Bible. Near the Sphinx, on the other side, overlooking the city of Heliopolis, modern Cairo, was a sycamore tree. The tree is often found on top of a hill. If you go to ancient Ireland, many ancient Irish people came from the Middle East, and they brought with them the crescent moon religion. The name of this god was Sin, and if you look at the front of Newgrange, it's actually a crescent. It's a crescent white moon, and the archaeologists don't even. They aren't really even aware of this, but because it's so ancient. Now, that's my plateau. Over here we have three more pyramids next to the smaller Menkaura pyramid. They were never finished. Do you see that? they're unfinished, uncompleted. They're a bunch of blocks. What I've done here, if you look at the sides of the Menkaura pyramid, casing stones were found at the bottom, pink granite. Casing stones were also found at the top of this pyramid, but these pyramids were never intended to be covered in pink granite. This one was, making it different. Now, there's 3 pyramids in all. Some people talk about Orion. This one's off center. There's 3 pyramids supposed to be here, supposedly for queens, unfinished. 3 pyramids here, supposedly for queens, partially finished. I'm not quite sure if they're complete or not. And mastabas. Now, what I am suggesting in my book is a bit of a bombshell. I'm saying that these are not pyramids for 1, 2, 3 kings, although they are monuments to them. The kings are likely to be buried elsewhere on the plateau or elsewhere altogether. This is Old Kingdom burial funerary structure. Vertical shafts inside mastabas. This is a different type of burial. These are not burials for kings. These are burial, I'm saying, for gods. A triple god. The triple god is an ancient Neolithic goddess. Here we have another triple goddess associated with this simulacra of a mountain. Another minor triple deity goddess associated with this pyramid here. The sacred tree, also associated with the holy goddess. The fact they're on a hill, associated with the holy goddess. The fact there's a lake and water supply, also associated with the holy goddess. What I'm saying is, this is not what we think it is. It is not simply a royal necropolis. The royals would have been buried in mastabas here. This is something much more than that. The Sphinx was unlikely to have had its current shape. According to a book from Robert Temple, it's been recarved in the Middle Kingdom, and he's fairly persuasive. It's called the Sphinx Mystery. That wasn't there. It was a dog. The dog is the holy animal of the triple goddess. It's if you think of Artemis and her hounds, the huntress Diana, that's a triple goddess. There are many different types. The triple goddess Isis. Isis was a later form of the triple goddess. Isis was worshipped on this hill in Roman times. There's a lot of triple going on here. This would have been built in the dying days of the triple deity religion. And later on, the religion became extinguished. Herodotus talks about this. This religion was not even popular in Egypt when they were building the pyramids. Possibly why the final pharaoh to work on this, Menkaura, abandoned his pyramid halfway, didn't even complete the casing stones going up the surface. Anyway, that's long enough for a first video. I'm going to make more videos, and I'm going to tell you more things about the Giza Plateau. And thank you very much for joining me. Bye-bye.